you ready, Ms. Dow? Do you need a minute?
No. We're ready to go whenever you are.
Okay.
I know we've taken so long, I want to go ahead.
All right, let's go on the record. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, my name is Lindsay Hunter with the Attorney General's Office. I'll act as the hearing officer this morning. All the findings of facts and conclusions of law will be made by the board members.
Okay, y'all have to be quiet.
This is a matter of Louisiana Auctioneers Licensing Board versus Barbara Barnett. Ms. Barnett is here. Could you please have a seat here? I ask you to identify yourself for the record and state your mailing address.
Barbara Barnett, 38 Formason Drive, Alexandria, Louisiana, 71303.
Thank you. And just so we can be clear to what board members are here, I'd ask you to identify yourself on the record.
Colton Bush. Greg Bordelon. Ken Comer.
Tessa Steinkamp.
Lamar Little. Freddie Phillips.
Thank you. And the board is represented by Anna Dow. Ms. Dow, you can go ahead and present your evidence whenever you're ready.
With regard to this matter, which is docket number 10003, this is a matter brought to the attention of the board with regard to a decision by the Texas Auction Commission. It came to the attention of the board that there was a disciplinary action taken against Ms. Barnett. I would offer to introduce into evidence both the notice of failure to comply, I need to find the second page, I will in a minute, as well as the notice of hearing this matter showing service for this date on Ms. Barnett. In the matter of, and also in that particular document, and I think you have the original of the renewal. Okay. With regard to this matter, the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, the allegations of the complaint are that Ms. Barnett conducted an auction on September 11, 2008 in Marshall, Texas without having a current Texas auction license. As a result of that, there was a stipulated judgment, I believe, entered into an agreed order under the Texas parlance, which basically said that respondent was assessed an administrative penalty in the amount of $1,500, and which was paid according to the Texas board, and also the respondent was ordered to comply with the agreed order with all applicable laws, rules, and regulations, and that anything else would result in additional penalties, license revocation, or license denied. That particular document was signed on March 5th, 2009. I also have a copy of the notice of alleged violation, similar to our notice of non-compliance that was sent to her also. As a result of that, the allegation is, number one, that there has been a disciplinary action taken against Ms. Barnett by another state, which is a violation of our statute in the sense that under 3121 that for some reason it does not give me a total complete amount, but okay, that there is a right for the board to take action against any licensee who has action taken against it by another state. Further, the Ms. Barnett filed a renewal, the original of which we have here, which for the 2010 for this current calendar year, and it's asked on there specifically, have you ever been denied an auction firm licensing jurisdiction, which is checked no. Have you ever had an auctioneer license suspended, revoked, or denied? Checked no. Have you ever been disciplined by the licensing authority in another jurisdiction? Also checked no. At the time she checked no, the agreed upon order from Texas, as our allegation was already as part of the record, and therefore this is a misstatement on her renewal as far as the action of the Texas board. So we would offer and introduce into evidence both the notice of hearing, the notice of noncompliance, the order from the Texas board, as well as the renewal from the state. This would be a material misstatement as far as the renewal documentation is concerned.
Ms. Barnett, do you have any objection to either of these documents being introduced into evidence? Okay, I'll pass these around for the board members to review.
I mean, it's a pretty, do I get to speak or?
You will in just a minute. Do you have anything further?
That's all I have.
Okay, now it's your turn. You can put on any evidence.
I don't have any evidence, you know, it's guilty. That's all I can tell you. We did a auction over there. It's not like we had been licensed in Texas for 20 years. Go back and check how long. I don't know the exact number, but we've been licensed there for years. I have girls in my office who take care of renewals. If you look on that, it's not my signature for when they, whatever the fine was for Texas. They notified us. We immediately complied, sent our license in. They sent us a fine. I didn't have to even come to a hearing like this. You know, because we did it. It was a mistake. Okay, we made a mistake. We paid our fine. Thought that was the end of story. Then I get a letter from y'all asking me to tell what happened. Sent a letter. So it was pretty, I mean, it was pretty explanatory of what happened. Yeah, we got a license. Yes, my girls missed it. Did not realize it. We're licensed in a lot of states. I'm sorry they made a mistake, but they did. And we did what we were supposed to do. We renewed our license immediately, and we paid our fine. Well, my girls didn't realize that, and I don't know that I really thought it was. I thought it was fine and it was over with. My girls didn't realize that they needed to put this on the application because it wasn't a deal where we defrauded somebody. It wasn't where we had to pay somebody. It was a mistake of not getting the license renewal. It's not like we didn't have it all these years before. So, and I don't know, Anna, you might have checked how long it was from the lapse, a couple months, or it wasn't like a year or two or anything like that. But, so that's what happened. And now I went ahead and responded to y'all, and I'm back down here again, I guess, to get fined for a fine I've already paid. So I'm going to ask that I don't get fined because I've wasted a day coming down here to explain what I already explained in writing, and I've already paid my fine.
You paid a fine to Texas.
I paid the fine to Texas, you're right. But I also, and I'll also testify that that's not my signature on either form. It's not my signature on the form here, which is probably not right. I'm on the road. My girls took care of renewing this license. Now I know I've had a sales tax audit, and they told me, and that, you know, I'm not an attorney to figure this out, but if you have someone hired to do something, and if they didn't do it, you may have to pay your whatever the sales tax you owe, but you didn't have to be fined for it. So I don't know that I have to be fined for this. Maybe I'll just want to, I don't know what you want to do exactly, to be honest with you. So, I mean, it's it. I mean, I'm guilty. We did it. Wasn't intentional. We paid our fine, and I don't think I should be double fined.
But my only statement would be, because once you were disciplined in Texas, then you failed to notify Louisiana as required of the disciplinary action. And
I didn't think it was a disciplinary action because, yeah, we paid the fine. But I'm again going to say, because I'm not defrauding some little old lady that's just here testifying. It's not I didn't pay somebody. It wasn't an action like that. It was the licensing agreement. I don't know if we got the thing in the mail or not. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. They didn't send it certified mail. It's an oversight. You know, I'm admitting we're guilty, and I think I paid my fine for Texas. Shame on us for not, you know, turning it over to Louisiana. For that, I apologize.
Let me be clear, you're admitting you were guilty in the Texas matter. Are you admitting you're guilty in not disclosing these things on the form in Louisiana?
I honestly didn't fill out the form, personally.
Okay.
But even if I would have, I don't know if I would have even thought to put it down there, because I wouldn't have thought it was a violation. To me, it was more like a fine. You paid your fine, that's ended, like you get a speeding ticket. It's not like it stays on your record for a felony. But, you know, I served on this board. You know, it's been a while. But I don't know, you know, I'm not going to even condemn my girls for it. I'm going to apologize to y'all for it that they did it. They didn't realize it.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's, you know, I don't know.
Okay. Do any of you have any questions? Any board members have any questions for Ms. Barnett?
Well, I just looked at it, and the application has got 6 or 7 marks in one color ink and one in another color ink. I don't know, and then signed in a color ink. I don't know if the details of that mean anything, but I don't know, it's like, you know, somebody made a mistake and you admitted that you didn't have anything to do with it. Prior to that, have there been any other infractions in Texas against you?
No, I've never had an infraction anywhere. I can't tell you exactly how many states I'm licensed in, and I'm sure hoping they've got them all on there. But, you know, I've served on a national board. I serve as executive, I serve as our chairman of education for our national board. I sit on our foundation, so I'm not out there to break the law. And I've served on this board, so it's not that I'm out there trying to break the law. Yes, we've made a mistake, we admit it, we're guilty, but I surely don't think I need to be fined again, or I don't know how many times you can slap me on the hand. Yeah, I should get slapped on the hand here, fussed at me, but it's just my opinion, I don't need to be fined again for the same thing. That's what I guess I'm trying to say.
Was this Texas information sent directly to us? How do we get it? How do we come about the information?
It's on the NOAA website.
So somebody had to go and find it.
Yes.
I'm saying, who discovered it?
Sandy, you check the NOAA website.
Sorry, I'm the vice president of NOAA. I've got access to that website, and I mentioned, hey, we were checking someone else.
Right.
She said check on the NOAA website for this disciplinary matter, and let me know who else you find that we might know. And I said the only name I found on the list was Barbara Barnett.
Well, if you picked the phone and called me, I would have told you the truth. We have nothing to hide about it.
And
like I said, I responded in writing telling y'all the same thing.
Yeah, and we understand that, but this, I'm not getting too years, but from a prosecutorial point of view, when we have an allegation like this, the board makes that decision.
Right.
I almost think it was wasted. I hate seeing the Attorney General's office here for this. Y'all could have just sent me another fine in the mail instead of having me come down. I'm sorry if it's, or even taking up y'all's time for this.
I hope you understand it wasn't my
Sandy, I'm not mad at you.
place.
I'm not mad at anybody. It's just like...
No, it's a waste of time. Wait.
So we can...
We need one person speaking at a time.
Okay.
Sorry. I was just saying, I hope she understands that I couldn't just make that decision to not disclose that I found your name on the
I
website.
didn't expect that.
No, my question is just where did the information come from and how do we obtain it so that we can, kind of see where it came from so we know where we're going. That's all I want to know.
Okay, are there any other questions from the board members?
What year were you on the board here?
I don't even remember.
Is it just, maybe that's the law y'all passed when you were on the board or something.
It probably was, but dang, I'm sorry, I'm busy. Geez,
Yeah.
I'm very busy.
Anything else?
A brain overload.
Okay, Ms. Dowdy, you want to make a closing statement?
My only statement to the board is that that there are two issues here, two allegations of impropriety, which I've listed in my notice. Basically, 3121, basically deceit or perjury obtaining any certificate or license issued under this chapter. The purpose of having them check that there has been disciplinary action is for us to check to make sure there's no issue. Had we known about it, then that would not be an issue today. We might still take an action under Section 7 of 3121, which states the refusal of the licensing authority of another state to issue a renewal license, permit, or certificate in that state, or the revocation or suspension or of other restriction imposed on a license, permit, or certificate issued by such licensing authority is grounds for us to take disciplinary action. So it ended up being two problems instead of just one. The fact that there was an action in Texas gives this board the right to look into it. This board may have decided that it was not worth it, but I have filed complaints in Texas for Texas auctioneers coming into Louisiana and not having a license. And I would hope that the two boards would have that respect for each other. I'm not saying that she has done anything specifically deceitful. However, I must tell you that when you sign your renewal, we assume it's your signature because it's your name, and that if you check there has been no action taken, that we believe you. And when we find that's not true, it's something that we have to bring before the board to make a decision. It was not something I felt comfortable with making any decision one way or the other. I decided and advised, that we needed to go forward, let the board make a decision as to what it wants to do, and that's what we're doing today.
Okay. Ms. Bonas, you want to make a closing sentence to the board?
Well, we're sorry. I guess I'll tell you I'm sorry again. I don't think it's two actions, I will say that. I think I was punished already by Texas, and I did that. I think it's one. I'm not sure what the two actions were, actually. One action I didn't tell y'all. And what's the second action?
That you had the problem in Texas. we have two separate statutes that cover this
Okay,
particular
well,
instance.
again, I don't think it's two actions, but it's neither here nor there, so.
And we have revoked licenses for this. I want to make the board aware of it. We've taken steps depending on the type of action involved. Or at least suspend, I should say revoke. We have suspended, I know.
Well, I mean, if you think this is serious enough to suspend someone's license that affects their livelihood, now I can see, I'm just curious, now I'm getting probably angry, so I'm wondering what kind of fine that Ken Bueller got when he can have a license who hasn't paid people, and I really don't want to get into that one, but I surely to God would hope that y'all aren't thinking about suspending my license over this, not when I've already paid my debt.
At this time, if there's no other questions, is there a motion as to what to do?
Comments from the chairman?
Anybody make a motion to go into executive session?
I'll make a motion to go into executive session.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to speak up.
I make a motion we go into executive session.
Have a second.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it.
Executive session immediately.
That's her job. This is turned off.
She can get